A perfect Sunday night for football.
It's time to go to work.
What are your matchup today?
It's a dog day, baby.
And 3, 2, dissolve.
I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night. All right, what a night, it's finally here. Sunday night football's kicking into high gear. The stars have arrived, come on, get up and cheer. Hey Jack, it's a fact, the show's back in town. Commanders and the Falcons in a nasty showdown. The stadium's rocking, time to crank up the sound. The NFL's players have come to play. Coast to coast, there's just one thing left to say. I've been waiting all day for Sunday night. The tough get rough in a primetime fight. More than a game, it's everything's right. That's why we're waiting all day for Sunday night.
He will score!
Come on.
Touchdown!
That's unbelievable.
Waiting all day. Waiting all day for Sunday night.
It is the final Sunday night of 2024, and the nation's capital is abuzz with football fever. Across the river at Northwest Stadium, Landover, Maryland, the home of the 10-5 Washington Commanders. And tonight, the number 2 overall pick, their quarterback Jaden Daniels, meets the number 8 overall pick, Michael Penix Jr., and the 8-7 Atlanta Falcons on NBC's Sunday Night Football. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth, Melissa Stark on the field. 1991, Chris, it's the last time Washington won 11 games. That's 33 seasons, 12 coaching changes, 2 owners, and 2 nicknames ago for this franchise. But get the win tonight. They're in the playoffs, and the big reason for this turnaround, new quarterback, new head coach.
Yeah, Dan Quinn came in with a plan, but I think that plan's working out a little faster than even he thought it might. And, of course, the big reason why is his rookie quarterback, Jaden Daniels, who has just been sensational so far. And I know, there's only one Lamar Jackson out there, but this young man plays a whole lot like him.
Maybe we'll see that tonight. On the other side, we were in Texas to watch Dallas beat Tampa, and that put the NFC South steering wheel right in the hands of the Atlanta Falcons. Win tonight, win next week. They win the division. And Chris, they're trying to get the first of those 2 wins on the road with a rookie quarterback making his first road NFL start.
Yeah, and Michael Penix has everybody in Atlanta excited, especially that coaching staff down there. And I think the thing that impressed us the most was the fact that he was just so calm in that debut, and yet it was his mobility, it was his arm strength that really stood out. I tell you, we have the young stars on Sunday night tonight.
Looking forward to it. Playoff implications, great atmosphere in the stadium tonight. But before we get to all the revelry and the excitement, a moment here in the stadium, in the nation's capital and across America on this night to remember the 39th President of the United States.
Fans, please join us as we observe a moment of silence to honor the 39th President of the United States, Jimmy Carter, who passed away earlier today at the age of 100. Thank you. And now, please rise as tonight's colors are presented by the United States Marines, and our national anthem is performed by Navy musician First Class Rayvon Owen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we've watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting you're still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
NBC Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
Light rain for the moment, not as bad as we thought. 8-7 Falcons, 10-5 Commanders. New star here in D.C., the rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels, a moment ago with Melissa Stark.
Jaden, last week you threw 5 touchdown passes, led the team to a last-minute victory. Your teammates, your coaches all say you have such calm and poise. As a rookie, where does that come from?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just how I was raised. I don't know, my parents always told me I was always laughing and enjoying life as a baby, so I guess it followed from there.
With a win tonight, you guys are headed to the playoffs. How do you get that win?
You got to execute, do your job. It's a great team over there. I know they got something to play for also, but for us, man, you got to focus on the little things, play in and play out.
Yeah, and across the field is Michael Penix, the quarterback you became friends with at the draft. You told us you already have a jersey swap planned for after the game. What will it be like to face him?
It's going to be awesome, man. Somebody that became one of the close friends to me over this draft process. Seeing him out there on the other sideline, I know I'm going to be throwing some punches. I know he's going to be throwing some back, so it's going to be fun.
Jaden, have fun tonight.
Thank you.
All right, Melissa, playoff story real quick. Detroit and Minnesota swap. They can swap again if Detroit wins tomorrow. Philly clinched the 2. Washington win. They're in. So are the Rams. Atlanta would slide over to the South lead if they win. Dan Quinn, Raheem Morris have known each other a long time, worked together. They've known each other for about 3 decades. Will develop their story as the night goes on, but very familiar foes. Atlanta and Morris won the toss. They're going to receive. Zane Gonzalez to kick off for Washington, with Avery Williams and Natron Brooks back to receive. 7 lead. Here's Melissa.
Raheem, an opening drive interception from your rookie quarterback, Michael Penix. What do you like about how he's bounced back?
I love everything about it. You know, we had a busted route out there. The kid threw it in the spot. Great play by those guys in the Commanders. The kid's playing with great poise. He's really doing a nice job. We're getting better and better as we go.
Another rookie quarterback on the other side of the field in Jaden Daniels. You have held them to 7 points. How do you continue to pressure him?
You know, we stopped them. They got the points off the turnover, and we got to continue to get pressure on them like we've been doing. The guys are doing a nice job rushing them, but we got to find a way to stop the run. Got a big run out there. We can't let them out the gate.
Raheem, appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
Raheem Morris was the DB coach here for Washington about a decade or so ago after he's the head coach in Tampa Bay. Washington gets the ball to start the third. They're down 10. Here's Maria Taylor with the Toyota halftime. Maria.
Thanks, Mike. Saquon Barkley, he hit 2K today as he closes in on the single-season rushing record. And Sam Darnold and the Vikings. Sam had a big day, but it also sets up for a historic matchup for the NFC 1 seed next week. We'll look ahead to the Vikings and Lions coming up next.
Have a game day snack in the oven? Just tell Siri. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Tonight's first half replay is presented by Progressive.
The nation's capital is abuzz with football fever.
I tell you, we have the young stars on Sunday night tonight.
Firing intercepted. Juan Martin. It's Daniels throwing. Touchdown, Zacchaeus. Robinson takes the direct snap and walks it in. All right.
Does your coverage need a replay? See if you can save with Progressive.
It's the end of my acting career. Third quarter here just outside the nation's capital. Time now for tonight's buzz. It is powered by AWS. Falcons are up 10. Bijan's got both scores. First Falcon with 2 or more rushing touchdowns back-to-back games since Devontae Freeman 8 years ago. Terry McLaurin, the big target, just targeted once, second time this season. Go back to week 1 against the Bucks, where they were trying to figure things out. Here in Washington on offense, and for Jaden Daniels, no pressure, been terrific, but the pressure has forced 2 sacks and an interception. So a little bit of how we get there. To this third quarter, Northwest Stadium. I'm talking about stadiums and the Commanders in the future. The hopes with some legislation that passed at the very last. Melissa with the head coach of the Commanders, Dan Quinn.
Dan, an opening drive touchdown, nothing since.
Yes.
How do you get points on the board?
Yeah, starting again right here, that's got to be such a big part of what we're doing. We've been in these spots a lot, Melissa. We've been in a lot of tight games, a lot of close ones. We're going to lean into that hard. We've got to do a better job tackling on defense. And like you said, express ourselves offensively, the whole thing to get going.
Defensively, I wanted to ask, how do you slow down the run game in Bijan Robinson?
Correct. I think it really comes down to us tackling. It's not a magic scheme or anything we do. So excellent back. We got to get ourselves low, get our pads on them, and get it going back.
And you've got Washington and the Rams in the playoffs. Jaden Daniels has done it again. We hope that's the start of something we'll see for a long time. Two guys who got to know each other when they finished 1-2 in the Heisman, worked out together, getting ready for the draft. Michael Penix Jr. and the Atlanta Falcons have an important game coming up next week, as Tampa Bay now has their hands on the wheel, in control of the NFC South. And Kirk Cousins, who has been here in Washington before, sees a guy who might be the answer to the question, the revolving door of quarterback in Washington. Zach Ertz had 2 tight, tough, veteran, hold on for dear life catches. That one takes the Commanders to the postseason in Jaden Daniels' rookie year. The number 2 pick has been fabulous. And for Michael Penix Jr., Kirk Cousins over with a word of encouragement for a job well done, but they never touched the ball in overtime. The way that rule works, Atlanta never got their offense on the field. Dan Quinn's got the Commanders in the postseason. And the Chevrolet postgame coming up right after these messages.
Welcome to the Chevrolet postgame. Here now, Mike Tirico.
All right, I got a Week 18 schedule for you in a couple of seconds. First, the final score. Washington in overtime advances to the playoffs. So too the LA Rams, 30-24. Washington in, the Rams in, because they now clinch strength of victory. Tampa controls the story in the NFC South. Atlanta needs help. Here's the Week 18 schedule. ABC and ESPN on Saturday will resolve the AFC North. Browns, Ravens, Bengals, Steelers. Sunday, Saquon going for the Eric Dickerson rushing mark. Part of the games in the early window. You see the 4 on CBS, including the Panthers-Falcons game for you fans in Atlanta. The 4 on Fox include the Commanders game, Bears and Packers, and the Saints-Buccaneers game. Seeding with that 6-7 important with the Commanders and Packers. Now in the late window, Chiefs, they're the 1 seed. Broncos obviously playing for it. So too are the Miami Dolphins, Chargers, Raiders in there as well. 49ers, Cardinals, and the Seahawks, and the Rams, who are now already in. That's the schedule during the day. Game 272 on Sunday Night Football. We will be in downtown Detroit for Minnesota against Detroit. We've never had a game in the history of the NFL with that many combined wins on the same field. 14 for Minnesota, 13 or 14 for Detroit, depending on what they do tomorrow night in Santa Clara. Football Night in America begins at 7 Eastern. See you in America's Motor City for kickoff, and that will be some way to wrap up the 2024 NFL regular season. Our players of the game, of course, Jaden Daniels, Zach Ertz, the 2 touchdown catches, and Bobby Wagner, the leader of that defense. Player of the game interview time, and here is Melissa.
Well, you guys are headed to the playoffs. Jaden, on that final drive, the game-winning drive, the fans were chanting MVP. How did you get it done? After last week, you did it again this week.
Man, really nothing but God once again. Battling through adversity, just blessed and highly favored for real.
Zach, walk us through that touchdown catch.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, glory to God, like Jaden said. It's been a long couple years, honestly, and being able to play with Jaden at the end of my career is such a blessing for me. The kid is, the whole league should be on notice with him. Everyone loves playing with him. He's the ultimate team guy, he's the ultimate leader, and he just gave me a chance at the end of the game.
What does this win mean for this organization and going to the playoffs?
I mean, we can't speak on the past, but what we can speak on is the culture that DQ is building. And it's a culture that everyone loves being a part of. He demands excellence, but he also loves each and every one of us. So it's something that I've loved to be a part of since the moment I got here.
So cool. And you had your good friend from the draft, Michael Penix, the other rookie quarterback you were going up against. What did you say to him after the game?
Man, keep going. He's going to be a hell of a player. I'm proud of him, everything that he's been through in his life to get to this point, man. It's nothing but God in this arena. I know he's a follower, he's a believer, man, so anything is possible.
And talking about anything is possible, Jaden, finally, what is this team capable of in the playoffs?
We're going to have to see, man. I love my team against anybody. I love the brotherhood that we built. But, we got to take it one game at a time, man. We got to go and play Dallas next week, and then we'll worry about the playoffs after that.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
And now the 6th seed, so they may not have to play Philadelphia, depending what happens. All right, so if Detroit wins, Minnesota and Detroit will flip-flop. That game will be for the 1 seed or the 5 seed. And that 5 seed will likely play the NFC South champion, even though they may have 4 more wins than them. Philadelphia is locked into the 2. The Rams get in because they hold on to the strength of victory tiebreaker with the teams that they needed to win, winning this week, 4 of them. We mentioned Tampa in control. Atlanta's the last team still alive on the outside and needing that help. And as we said, Washington now controls the path for the 6. Green Bay sitting at the 7. Maybe some good games in the NFC playoffs, Chris.
I'm still getting over this one. I just love it. I really do. I mean, I like 2 or 3 times in my career of broadcasting, I started clapping in the booth because it was that good. Those 2 young quarterbacks were that good with what they did here tonight.
Can I give you something else to extent that you haven't seen in a game before? Let me show you what was happening. Well, the euphoria, playoff tiebreakers, Week 18 schedule. Guess what happened on the field? Somebody got engaged.
All right.
Jeremy Reeves, who played 22 special team snaps, has the most special one of all. Take a knee at the end of the game for victory. And there you go. Jeremy Reeves getting engaged here after the game. Of course she said yes. You're in the playoffs now.
That's
right?
awesome.
Congratulations. And Zach Ertz and Kirk Cousins. Kirk with so many friends here from his time in Washington. And there is the new guy in D.C., Jaden Daniels. First player, 3 touchdown passes and 125 yards rushing for a rookie in a game in NFL history. No rookie has done that before. He did it tonight. So much to stream on Peacock this week. First up, James McAvoy stars in Speak No Evil, terrifying new movie from theaters. They keep the thrills going with Conclave, nominated for 6 Golden Globes, including Best Picture Drama. And more conversation about this great week in the NFL. Sunday Night Football final, Bobby Wagner of the Commanders joining Jack and the guys coming up. It starts streaming right now on Peacock. And for those of you staying with us, we will look ahead to game 272. The Lions and the Vikings for the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Welcome back to the Chevrolet postgame.
Lions first down at the Minnesota 46. Oh, baby! To the end zone!
Wow!
Gorgeous stuff.
Fumble! It's picked up by Ivan Pace Jr. Touchdown!
19 seconds to go. And it is good! Jake Bates comes up huge.
It's time to throw them who we about. Y'all need some inspiration.
A big opportunity. First place in the NFC.
This is what great teams do. You find a way, man.
The Lions play tomorrow night in Santa Clara. Minnesota played today, beat Green Bay, and look at those numbers for Sam Darnold, one of the great stories, surprise stories of this NFL season. You think his teammates are not enjoying the journey he's taking them on? Watch this after the game. And I love Kevin O'Connell, who's done such a good job there in Minnesota. Such a good job. Just sitting back there taking it all in. That's a lot of hours of work and just a great moment of appreciation.
And possibly 2-14-2 teams going in to decide the #1 seed and probably decide at least co-favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. You can't have a bigger, more historic game to be the last game of the season, and we're happy to be there.
Thrilled to. Never seen that many wins on the field in an NFL regular season game. It might decide coach of the year. It might decide executive of the year. And it's going to decide a team that's had that remarkable season, maybe third or fourth best season in the league. It's going to be a 5 seed and have to go on the road for the playoffs.
And it might decide whether Sam Darnold gets to stay there or not. Because if they win a Super Bowl, how do you not bring that guy back?
Oh, man. So great storylines. We'll see you from Detroit to where we started our Sunday night football season. We'll wrap it up with the Lions and the Vikings for the #1 seed in the NFC next Sunday night football night in America, 7 Eastern time. Our entire team has enjoyed traveling around the country. Life happens, though, and for one of our great EVS, which is one of the replay machines that we have, they all have names that you don't know at home, but most importantly, new member of our family. Look at Lila Bola Rose. Look at her sister just staring at her and going, welcome to the team. Isn't that great? I love that. Congratulations,
Congrats.
fans. Way to go. Tomorrow morning on Today, go inside the game. Washington Commanders, they've got a marching band. They're still cranking away. Longest running band in the NFL. They go back to 1937. Learn much more about that tomorrow morning on Today, right here on NBC. What a fun night. Washington's football team is back alive. They're in the postseason. Commanders 30, Falcons 24, our final from the nation's capital on this Sunday night. Thanks to our terrific producer, Rob Hyland, our Hall of Fame director, Drew Esikoff, and the awesome folks who make up our Sunday night football team, who, by the way, crushed our Secret Santa today. Secret Santa this morning.
Yes, they did.
Our team was amazing. For Terry McCauley, Melissa Stark, Chris Collinsworth, Mike Tirico, hey, have a great, safe, happy New Year. See you in 2025 for the last game of the year from Detroit.